Just heading out this morning. Oh, there's Ella. I left just a few minutes ahead of her. This great little water source here. I don't need it. We had plenty of water from last night, so good to go. Day 5. Good morning, everyone. The plan today is to go somewhere between 9 and 11 miles. There is no official tent site or shelter the distance we want to go, so we're going to be looking for a stealth site. All right, we've come a little over 8 miles. We've got right at 2 miles to go to get to the Unicoi Gap. And I remember coming through here 3 years ago. It was cold. It was going to get down to 6 degrees that night. And we were supposed to stop at the last shelter. And Mario and I decided to move on. And because it was so cold, we just spent one night out here cold. We didn't want to do it again, so we humped our butts down to the Unicoi Gap, ran into a guy named Smokey Bear, who gave us some trail magic and a shuttle ride into town. Got a hotel, and then had an enjoyable, nice, warm evening out of the cold. It was awesome. And so, since there is no decent shelter or tent site near the mileage where we want to go, I offered up the option for us to do the same thing, hit the Holiday Inn Express, and that's what we're going to do. Ella was not real keen about it at first, but I said, listen, here's the deal. I'm going to do it, and so I'm going to pay for it by myself. Not a problem. And double suites are always cheaper than king suites. So she's going to come with me. We made reservations at the Holiday Inn, and we've already made a reservation with a shuttle driver. And so in an hour and a half, we've got an hour and a half to go 2 miles. We can do that. It's almost all downhill. So we'll get down the bottom of the hill, wait for our shuttle driver, and go have a nice evening meal and a nice bed for the evening. So yeah, Ella was a little hesitant because she didn't feel it was right me paying for it. I don't care. It's $88. You know, you pay twice that for a single. And I'm old. I like my comfort. I don't mind sleeping in my tent. I don't mind sleeping in a shelter. I don't mind sleeping outdoors. I don't mind if it's cold. But what I do know is that hunting for a stealth spot can be difficult. And sometimes you plan on doing, 9, 10, 11 miles. The next thing you know, you're doing 15 because there's no place to stop and put up a tent. Makes no sense. So we're going to do that. We'll get a good dinner tonight. We'll get a good breakfast in the morning at the hotel. They have the continental breakfast. And you can see Ella, man. She's gone. See if I can zoom in. She's gone. But she'll wait for me down at the Gap. And that's all good. I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but last night was a weird night. It got cold, and we didn't expect it. We expected it to be around 45 to 49 degrees, and I guarantee you it got down in the low 30s for a little while. And it was weird because when I went to bed around 9 o'clock, between 9 and 10, it got chilly. I almost put my thermals on, but I managed to take care of it, and then around 3 a.m., I woke up and all of a sudden I had a ton of condensation in my tent. and it started feeling warmer. It was just weird. So by the time we woke up this morning, it was in the low 50s. Holy crap, it's just weird. We didn't expect that. But anyways, all right, I'm going uphill. This is the last uphill we've got before we go downhill, and I'm gonna get my pulse. All right, we have come 8.4 miles. We got 1.5 miles to go to get to Unicoi Gap, where we're gonna get picked up by the shuttle driver. We've got about an hour and 15 minutes to get there. No problem at all. Elle and I agree that you never want to keep a shuttle driver waiting, and that's very true. I would rather get there and sit down for half an hour or even an hour and just take a break and rest rather than inconvenience the shuttle driver. Because listen, that's how they make their money out here. You schedule a time, you need to be there at that time or earlier. You never want to be late. Time is money for these folks. And we got all the time in the world. They do not. So we will get there in plenty of time, barring a fall, an injury, or some other unforeseeable event. We will get there in plenty of time, probably a half hour before the shuttle driver, which is perfect. We'll get in there early enough that I don't think they'll let us check in until 3 o'clock, but we'll be real close to that. But we're all right. I remember there was a restaurant real close to this hotel, and it was closed when Mario and I got there. But there was a sub shop right down the road. Just within a tenth of a mile. So we ended up getting supper there, and we had their continental breakfast in the morning. So it's all good. It's all good. I'm looking forward to it. Listen, I'm old, man. I love a soft bed, but like I said before, I love camping. I love being out here, but I don't want to spend hours looking for a stealth camping site, and that leads to frustration, and I'd rather pay the $88 to get it done. Ain't no big deal. Now let's face it, $88 for a Holiday Inn Express, you can't really beat that. That's a pretty good price. So, it's all good. Yeah, I remember this. Mario and I got to that shelter that we just came from, where we had lunch, and we got there and it was cold. And I said, you know what? Let's get us a hotel for the night. And he immediately said, let's go. So we hustled down this trail in the dark, almost in the dark. And I did take a fall. It was a gentle fall. But it was an experience. And we ran into Smokey Bear. And first thing I saw, when I saw Smokey Bear, he opened the back hatch of his car, was a Yoo-Hoo. I hadn't had a Yoo-Hoo in ages. I snatched that Yoo-Hoo and went to town with it. But Smokey Bear was an interesting character. I wouldn't mind seeing him again up this trail. He's a good guy. He does shuttle driving. He does trail magic, and he's a good guy. He shuttled us a few times through this area. Not a sound. Every now and again you hear a bird chirping. Man, it's just so beautiful out here. I love being out here. I absolutely love being out here. And I feel fortunate that I ran into Jacob and Connor and Ella. We lost Jacob somewhere yesterday. He's fast. So hopefully he's cruising up the trail and he's doing great. I certainly wish him the best. And Connor, we knew he was hurting at the shelter last night from his new shoes and the blisters, and he was struggling. But they said he was walking pretty good last night. So he only plans to go to that shelter we just came from tonight too, because he wants to back down and take it easy. Ellen and I want to do at least try to keep it somewhere around 10 miles a day for a little while. And honestly, I don't know how long I'm going to hike with her. She lives close. I'm not going to say where, but she lives close, and I know she's got some things set up to meet with her parents and her sister, and it's just a matter of time before we get separated, and it kind of sucks because I do enjoy hiking with her. She's a blast to talk to. She's just one of those great young people that you meet out here, and you know that, as you're an old person, you know that the future is great when you have kids like this that are coming into it, and it's pretty special hiking with them. I love it. I love it. If her parents are watching this, I apologize for some of my foul language. I'm a retired sailor. I cuss a lot. I'm sorry. I try to keep it to a minimum when I'm around your daughter, but when I get into one of my little rants, I just kind of let it go. I always question whether or not I want to put my rants on YouTube, but it's who I am. People like me or hate me. There really isn't a lot in between, and I'm good with that part. Anyways, no rant today. Oh man, I remember this spot. I see somebody down there sitting on a rock. I don't think it's Ella. It could be, but I don't think so. Only 2 people had passed us, and I think it was an older guy named Boston, and we had lunch briefly with a guy named Snaps at the shelter. Yeah. Oh boy. This is these roots, man. They will put you on your face in an instant if you're not careful. Yeah, I see somebody down here. Is that who I think it is? I think that might be Connor. If that's Connor, that would be freaking awesome, because that means his feet are doing much, much, much better. And if that's him, I'll certainly invite him to come along with us. Yeah, I see. It is. It's Connor and Ella. I love it. I love it. I love it. Look at you. Holy crap. How's your feet? Oh, no, that's not good. So as you just saw, we ran into Connor, and his feet were not doing well. And we ended up helping him get a shuttle ride to Helen, Georgia. He's going to take a couple of days off to deal with his feet, and that's important. You can't hike with those kind of blisters on your feet. So he's got my information, and he'll let me know what's going on, and hopefully at some point I can get back with him. But he's a good kid. Connor, if you're watching this, hang in there, dude. You got this. The feet will heal, and the shoes will break in, and you will be just fine. I'm very good at reading people, and you're going to be just fine. So you take care, and we'll see you down the trail.